Yeah, monthly gamer in the house. What's going on, everybody? Everybody watching, everybody popping up in the chat. All my future watchers, what's going on? Welcome to Monthly Gamer. You feel me? Today we are ranking the Sonic games. Now, are we ranking every single possible Sonic game ever? No. No. We're not doing that. We're ranking the mainline Sonic games. Now, I have a video that I've already done about this, but this one's gonna be kind of different because one, I'm doing it live. Two, I have a little bit of changes I want to do. Okay, I want to make a little small adjustments, and then three, I want to make a list where the way that I have like modded these games and tailor-made these games, I want to make a list of that where like you bring out when you bring out the best qualities of these games, where do they rank? You feel me? When you shine them up and polish them up, you feel me? Where do they rank? You feel me? All right, so this is the not vanilla list. You feel me? Days Memory says Unleash is my favorite. Hey, Unleash, it's gonna be up there. It's up there. You feel me? I've had a renewed look on Unleash. Okay, now I will preface this by saying, yo, every Sonic fan is different. You feel me? Every Sonic fan has a bias. Okay, so and every Sonic fan also has a very weird take and a very weird pick. Okay, so don't expect that any different from me. I'm gonna have biases. I'm gonna have things that I like and certain things that I don't like. Okay, but I think the main thing is to understand is that I like, for one, I like all Sonic. There is no, he's a classic fan, he's a modern fan, he's a Dreamcast adventure fan. No, I like all Sonic, period. As long as the Sonic is good, it's there, you feel me? All right. Also, if you see my playlist on the side, for some reason I decided I wanted to play Sonic Superstars music, but I wanted to put up my definitive remix of it, where there's a bunch of artists that are in there, so I have that up there. So if people want to check those artists out, they're there, because there's a hell of a lot of artists, and I didn't want to like go through every single one of them. But I think that I want somebody to mod these songs into Sonic Superstars, because I'm like, this would make the game like 1,000 times better. Animal Crossing 64 in the chat. What? A silver is even a Sonic just to see him PFP. I don't even know what you just said, bro. But Days Memories and Animal Crossing 64, you guys look like you're new. If you're new, if you like what you see here, man, go ahead, like, comment, subscribe. You feel me? And then share it with everybody. I'm trying to get to 1,000 subscribers. I'm very close. You feel me? Very, very close. Very, very close. I'm at like 880 now, so I need like 100. I need 100 more. You feel me? Day says, I'd say Shadow Gens is also really high. My hot takes are that 06 is my top 5 and Heroes is a mid, if not lower game. Silver is my favorite character. Maybe I'm a little biased, LOL. There's nothing wrong, like I said, like that's the thing. People don't want to admit that they have biases, and there's nothing wrong with that. You feel me? This is cool. If Sonic 06 is in your top 5, hey, it's in your top 5. You feel me? Is it in my top 5? No, but that doesn't mean, I mean, whatever. That's not me. That's you. You feel me? So, and like I said, I have Heroes above certain games. People will be like, "What is wrong with you? Why would you do that?" And I'm like, "That's my weird take. I don't know what to tell you." Moy says, I'm new, you're not. Moise, you are not new. Stop it. You stop that. Oh. Ass Ilver. Is that your name? I didn't even know you were in the chat. Ass Ilver is even a Sonic. I'll just go see him PFP. Okay, all right, got you. I am a Sonic dude. Let's see. Let me check. Okay. I see. Who is your favorite Sonic character? Sonic. But if we're not talking Sonic, Blaze. Silver's not a bad pick either, man. I really like Silver too. I don't know. He's like obvious, like Trunks. Everybody says he's like Trunks. He feels like Trunks. I like his aesthetic. He's like white and then he has like green around him and stuff. I don't know why. I just like it. I like it a lot. Moy says, wow, you're so rude to a new viewer. Maybe I just won't ever come back to the streaming. If that's how you talk to newcomers. Moise, you're not a newcomer. You've been here for like the longest. You are not a new viewer. You see how I'm talking to the new viewers and I'm talking to you because you're not a new viewer. You've been here. Anyway. All right, let's get this list going. Okay. Let's see. Do you have a favorite Sonic iteration of Sonic or do you like all Sonics? I mainly like all Sonics, but my favorite iteration of Sonic, I don't know. I mean, I pretty much generally like all Sonics. Well, I do prefer one. I do prefer some. I do like the classic Sonic. Obviously, I mean, I'm old, so like I like classic Sonic. But then I like, if we're talking like voice actors, I like Jason Griffith's Sonic over a lot of them. But I also do really like, no. Ryan Drummond, sorry, my fault. I like Ryan Drummond Sonic, but then Jason Griffith when he was like in that pocket of like Sonic and not the Secret Ring, Sonic and the Black Knight, like when he was in that pocket, dude, I was like, yo, he's top notch. I was like, he is definitely top notch. Moy says, Moy, they about to cook you, bro. They cooking you, bro. They said, I've never seen this man in my life. Yes, you have. What are you talking about? I definitely didn't previously work with you. Right, this is your first time you see me, right? And I area old friends. I always join stream to troll. Yeah, guys, Moise is in the chat just to troll me. That's all he's doing. Me and him, we know each other. So like, he's just in the he's just in there just trolling. Days Memory says, I'd say the 2000 Sonic is the best. Jason Griffith was so good. Yeah, dude. Yeah, Jason Griffith. Really good. Really good. Now, when he first hit the scene, on Shadow the Hedgehog, I was like, God, this guy sucks. I was like, he sounded like way too nice, dude. I was like, I cannot stand him, bro. I can't deal. But then once he grew into the role, like around Secret Rings, and then going forward, I was like, all right, this guy's kind of. I was like, he's gonna. Once he got some good voice direction going, he's kind of good. But Shadow, I was like, God, man, he's too like, hey, I was like, God, stop it. Anyway, all right, we're going. Ass Silver, bruh, man, Moist. Hey, man, they gonna cook you, Moist. My goal is to derail the stream as much as possible. You will not derail the stream. Anyway, all right, here we go. We're starting to going, okay? All right. It's funny because he voiced Jet, Sonic, and Shadow. Really talented. Yeah, dude. Really good. If I can, Mac, to crash out on a random tangent yelling at me about something stupid, I have succeeded. All right, let's go. Let's go then. For God's sake. All right. Let's see. We're gonna start with, also, if my music is too loud, let me know. All right. Here we go. Let me get a couple things started real fast before we get started. Start laughing at me, man. Don't laugh at me, damn it. I'd say B for Sonic the Hedgehog 1. It's good for a first game, but has a lot of flaws. For sure. Let's go ahead. Let's get this started. All right. Sonic the Hedgehog, regular. You feel me? Sonic the Hedgehog. Let's see. Yeah, let's put that in. We're gonna put that in B. A lot of people say that this game is bad, and I'm like, no, it's not bad. I'm like, in comparison to other Sonic games, it's like, yeah. But as a game on its own, B tier. You feel me? As its own solid game, like its own, like, you forget all the other Sonic games, you feel me? And you just talk about Sonic the Hedgehog. This game's B. You feel me? Flaws and all. But people like to say it's a bad game nowadays, and I'm like, no, you're just comparing it to the other Sonic games, which would bring it lower. But like, that's not how my tier lists work. It don't work like that. Music a little loud. All right, let me turn it down a little bit. Let me hit it a little bit. All right. How's that for the music? Hold on. When it comes back in. How's that going? The music is loud, but you're louder. How's the music now? I got it down to like, I threw it down to like negative 20 decibels. See, it's not bad. Just needed some growing to do. Yeah, that's all it was. It was just, I mean, it's the first game. It's your first try. I'm loud, by the way. So, it was the first swing. So like, you can't really, you can't really. All right, so Master System, Sonic the Hedgehog. I'm gonna put this in never played. I have played it. A lot of these that I put in the never played, I have played them, but I haven't played them enough to a degree that I have anything substantial to say about them. So the Master System, like I touched on it, I started playing it, and I've always gone to play it, and I was just like, it's all right. But I'm like, I'd rather play the console version. Dave says, I'm a loud talker too, so no problem for me. Yeah, I don't even realize it. Like, my roommates will be like, yo, you loud, bro. Like, you streaming? The other day, they were like, bro, you loud when you stream. I was like, oh, shoot, my bad. Oh, damn. I didn't even know. I thought I was just talking regular. All right. Let's see. Sonic the Hedgehog Game Gear. I mean, it's the same thing. That's the same. These two are the same. This one's a little bit better because it has like the aspect ratio is better, so that's about it. Let's see. Sonic the Hedgehog Genesis. We putting that in E tier, dude. Genesis. I remember I went back and I remember I played that a long time ago, and I was like, what did y'all do? Y'all put this on the Game Boy Advance. What did y'all do? Days Memory says, I'd say Sonic CD is either lower 1 or B. Great music, good character introductions, but some of the time tone shenanigans were a pain. Here's what I'll say. I think me and you, so far, we on the same wavelength. Because I would put Sonic CD in the B tier behind Sonic the Hedgehog. And the reason why is because the level design, I really like Sonic CD. I really like, obviously, like, you know, you like the cutscene. You feel me? It's the cutscene. We love the cutscene. And we love the time travel, and we love the music and all that stuff. You feel me? Right? But the level design of Sonic CD is a little jumbled and kind of all over the place. You feel me? Uh-oh, Dave said I meant 1, not 1. In A tier. Okay, all right. I wouldn't put it in A tier. I honestly would kind of put it behind Sonic the Hedgehog 1. But when people put it above Sonic 1, I'm like, I get that. But CD's bosses are also kind of weak. Like, really weak. Especially like the end boss. It's like, there's nothing really to those bosses. So it's kind of like, when I play CD, I'm like, yeah. But that's just me. They said I say more B though. Yeah, more B than A. So it'd be like in low A, high B. You feel me? But that's where I would put that. Sonic 2. Now a lot of people are starting to kind of turn on Sonic 2 also. I am not. I'm putting Sonic 2 in A tier. I say more B though. Yeah. Yep. Yeah, exactly. I'm like, it skews a little bit more towards B. Not. I don't put it up there like that. Not like that. Sonic 2, I do put up in the A tier though, because I think that Sonic 2 is. Day says I give Sonic 2 an A. Yes, for sure. It is. People, like I said, people are trying to turn on Sonic 2 now, but like. Sonic 2 is like the like template. It's like the template for every Sonic game going forward. You feel me? Every Sonic game forward like got its DNA, traces its DNA back to Sonic 2. Whether it's the design, the speed, the vibes, the level structure, the 2-act structure, all that stuff goes back to Sonic 2. You feel me? So I pay a lot of respects. A lot of the level themes and stuff, casino levels. You feel me? Chemical plant, all that stuff. Let's see. Sonic 2, it is better than 1, but improved. Yeah, for sure. For sure. Sonic 2 is for sure better than Sonic 1. Unquestionably. You know what I mean? And that's not to say it doesn't have flaws, but, you know. Too bad Tails likes to die so much. Yeah, in almost everything, right? Animal Crossing 64 says me. What's me? What is me? Sonic the Hedgehog 2 Master System, probably right here. Haven't played enough of it, but I have. Same thing with the Game Gear version. Same thing. Like they're kind of like not as good as the first one. But I also haven't played enough of them to really rank them up in these. You feel me? I've always like got any of these and just been like, they're kind of okay. You know. You know, even when I was a kid, when I was like, I had them on the go, like if I had them on the go, I'll be like, I don't really want to play these, because I had a Sega Nomad and I could just play Sonic the Hedgehog on the go. You feel me? So I was just like, there's no point in doing that. Sonic the Hedgehog 3, however, just 3, not 3 and Knuckles, just 3. We're gonna put Sonic 3. Sonic 3. We're gonna put that above these two. Just regular Sonic 3. Reason for that being, it feels like it plays better than these two games. It plays better than these two games, but it doesn't feel like a complete game. Obviously, like we know why it doesn't feel like a complete game, because it wasn't a complete game at the time. So, but we'll definitely whip back around to that. We're not obviously the GOATs right there, so we're not going, you feel me? Sonic 3 is low S or upper A. Really good music and lore for the games. for Sonic 3 and Knuckles together. Yeah. No, we'll get to that. We'll get to that. Don't worry about it. But Sonic 3 by itself, I've always been like, even as a kid, I was like, when I played it, I was like, what the, this doesn't feel like this doesn't feel like, I'm like, this is super short. Like, what is this? I was like, Sonic 2 felt longer. What is this? Sonic and Knuckles feels, I feel like it's more of a complete ending, obviously, because that's the second half of Sonic 3, so it feels like it's a little bit more, it feels a little bit more complete. I remember I first played this game, I was like, I don't know why my brain used to work like this when I was a kid, but I first played this game and I was like, this feels fake. I was like, I don't know why. But obviously this is the second half of Sonic 3 and it feels like it's more complete, and you can, you know, there's way more of a better climax than Sonic 3. And plus you can play as another character. You can play as Knuckles, you feel me? So it's like, you know, it's a new character and it's like, oh, it's a new experience. Like, it's crazy. It's good. Now the GOAT here, you feel me? S tier, easy peasy. Not even a, like I said, Days Memories, I think me and you are kind of on this, even if ours are like a little bit shifted, I think we're kind of on the same wavelength so far. That's going to change. Just because it just happens. That's going to happen when we're like Sonic fans. That always happens, dude. But yeah, 3 and Knuckles is the, maybe it is for me like the definitive Sonic the Hedgehog experience, period. Like there's nothing about it that I really dislike. It's a gigantic like game. Yeah, you've got the elemental shields. You've got like a billion levels. You've got all these crazy bosses. You've got this great story underpinning everything. Then you've got Super Sonic. You got Hypersonic, Hyper Tail, or Super Tails, Super Knuckles. Things that they've done in this game that they have never done ever again. You feel me? Never done again. And it's like, why? Why have y'all not gone back to this and capitalize on this? This is why, you know, ironically, we're listening to like Sonic Superstars, but like the reason why, you know, the reason why Mania is kind of hard for people, like people kind of bounce around between this and Mania, and why like Superstars doesn't go higher is because it's like you didn't do any, like you kind of regressed and didn't really do anything beyond what this game could do, unfortunately. So there's that. Let's see. Dave says for 3 Knuckles together. Yeah. Oh, my fault. I already read that. Dave said, too bad the Michael Jackson music kept it gated for so long. Yeah, that's the only problem, man. It sucks. It's like, and now because of like Sonic Origin is like there's too many versions where there's different music. You feel me? There's too many versions with different music, and like, you know, the only way you can really do is mod. The only thing you can really do is like mod it to like either have those original songs or like have options to like play what songs you want to play. But like, it sucks because like newer people are going to play Origins because it's kind of like the only real, you know, widespread way to play them, and people will be like, yeah, this is what the music sounds like, and I'm like, not really, no, not really. Jess said, hi, what's up? I love Sonic content. What's up, Jess? What's going on? I appreciate you coming back. King Galactus in the chat. Oh shit. King Galactus, y'all, if y'all don't know, man, he's a Twitter guy and he's also a Sonic modder, and I mess with him heavy, man. I like his content. I know me and him go back and forth on ideas all the time. Me and him we'll go back and forth all the time. Be like, what the fuck are you talking about? But I mess with him though. So check him out if you want to, if you guys are interested in his content. How's it going? Hey, it's going well, man. It's going great over here. We just rating Sonic games. I know when I get to Unleash, don't kill me when I get to real Unleash, man. Don't kill me, all right? All right, let's see. Angel Island Revisited. We're putting that above Sonic 3 and Knuckles. This is the absolute best way to play Sonic 3 and Knuckles. You feel me? There's a few other ways that you can play it. But Sonic 3 and Knuckles, like, there's no contest. Like, this is the best way. You got like your Origins version with your what is it called? What's the mod called? I forgot what the mod's called, but like it enhances like Sonic Origins. But I'm blanking on the name of it. But like there's that one, it's good. You feel me? But like this is the best way to play this game. Let's see. Sonic 3 and Knuckles and Sonic 3 Air in S tier. You should have made a higher tier list. You should have made a higher tier. Also, why is Sonic 3 standalone in B tier? Sonic 3 by itself is because it's by itself, King Galactics. Like I've always attributed that game to being like it doesn't feel complete, and it feels like it feels like less of a game than Sonic 2. You feel me? It just feels like there's more content in Sonic 2. It's just like a short like cutoff, so it's just like boom, it's like you playing the game, you're like, yo, this game is sick, and then like you get to like launch base zone, and then the game just ends, and it's just like, that's it. You know what I mean? It's like, damn, that's it. Same thing with Sonic and Knuckles, where I feel like Sonic and Knuckles feels like a more complete game than Sonic 3, but it feels like the climax, obviously it's the second half of the game, but the climax is like higher. You feel me? It feels like a more complete game than Sonic 3. Let's see. What? Wait a minute, what? How do you feel about me creating a 19-year-old immortal Mobian Latina Fox for Shadow? Go for it. Go for that. Good Ty King in the chat. What's good? It's King again. Just wanted to drop in. Also, who knew that according to you, 2 B tier games combines into an S tier one? That's what happens, man. Sometimes when you take you're gonna see that a lot in this list, where you may take a couple games, smash them together, and then it'll like skyrocket them. You feel me? King Galactic says, "Oh yeah, that's fair. Yeah, that's all it is." Days Memory says, "I'd say Sonic 4 is C." Whoa, we're gonna get to. Are we at Sonic 4? Okay, all right, cool. I say Sonic 4 is C. The definition of a mid Sonic game, has no soul, but it isn't terrible. It's not. You're right. Like it's not when you look at it by. We'll get to there. We'll get there in a second. Hold on, give me a second. Moy says we're back on the Latina arc. I do. That's right. On the Latinas, you feel me? Shadow confirmed Latinas. Let's see. Sonic 4, I would honestly, I'd probably put it like high D tier. Just because like as a Sonic game, as a game by itself, if we were not comparing it to anything, like as a game by itself, it's cool. It's not a terrible game by itself, but when you're like as a Sonic game, not good. Physics are all like messed up. The levels are all like obvious rehashes. This is a not Green Hill Zone. You know what I mean? This is a not Casino Night Zone. You feel me? It's like, and none of them are better than the originals. So they don't, it doesn't play well, it doesn't feel well. There's only Sonic. He doesn't have any of the elemental shields. He doesn't have any of his like real abilities that he had from the other game. Obviously the game, like Sonic the Hedgehog 4 was supposed to be like a standalone mobile game that they slapped Sonic the Hedgehog 4 onto, which was like the death nail. You shouldn't have did that. Shouldn't have did that. Let's see, what did he say? To be fair, they're both two separate halves, so when you combine them, you have a full experience. Yeah. That's all it is. It's two halves of a whole. And then when you put them up here, they skyrocket up here. Let's see. Sonic the Hedgehog 4 episode 2. Probably put that in C tier. It's a better Sonic game than Sonic 4, but it also still does not do a whole lot great. You feel me? Like if somebody handed me Sonic 4 episode 1 and play this game, I'd be like, nah, I really don't want to. Somebody's like, play episode 2. I'm like, yeah, I'll play it. I figured since Shadow loves Latinas, I create one for him. Her name is Alina Fox. Go ahead, man. Hey, pair him up with somebody. Hey, give him a, yeah, why can't Shadow have a love interest? You feel me? You know, Sonic has, I mean, Sonic doesn't have a, I mean, he has a love interest, but he's not interested in her, obviously. But like, yeah, why can't, especially after what happened with his whole arc in, you know what I mean? What's going on? What's good with him? You know what I mean? Days, you think Sonic 4 Episode 2 is better than Sonic 1? I can kind of see that. But again, the problem is like the mechanics I don't really like. I don't like the little, I don't like the tail Sonic 69 thing. I don't like it. Kind of breaks the game. It's kind of, and it's slow and it's all that. And like, again, they're going back and rehashing, like, not the good rehashing like Mania, where it's like, yo, oh, this is old, but like, oh, this is like, oh, it's the bad rehashing of like this is not as good. It's like, ew. Oh no, Sonic 4 Part 1. Oh, you think that one's better than Sonic 1? Oh no, it's better. It's Sonic 4 Part 2. Sonic 4 Episode 2 is better than Episode 1, is what you're saying. Got you. I got you. I'm on the wavelength. We're gonna skip over Sonic Mania. We're just gonna go to Mania Plus. Mania Plus for sure. S tier, no doubt. Mania 2 takes. I mean, it's pretty much like Sonic 3 Knuckles again, right? Right. And they took so many levels and just kind of remixed them in a way where like it doesn't feel like a total rehash. Like a lot of Act 1s you start playing. Yeah, easy S for sure. You start playing them and then like you'll go through them and then like it'll be like you're like, I played this level before, right? But then the level kind of reveals itself to be like way different. You're like, whoa, like what is this? This doesn't feel the same. Like, you know what I mean? Obviously, that's also his downside because it's like we've been to these levels before, but that doesn't take away enough from its gameplay. And like this gameplay is crazy. I think the special stage is one of the best special stages we've had in a while. It takes all the characters, brings all the abilities back, all that. Great, excellent game. Moist says, I honestly didn't even realize there was this many Sonic games. Dude, there's like a trillion of them. Moist, there's a trillion of them. King said, I bet Sonic 3 and Knuckles had a genius marketing strat too. Not really. I think the marketing was that like they were going to make it one big game, and I think they were just going to make it like a towering type of game. But then obviously like McDonald's came through and was like, yo, if you put the game out, we'll market your game. We'll market toys and stuff if you like put this game out now or whatever. So like that's the reason why they split that game in the halves, because it was like, oh shoot, McDonald's is gonna market us, let's go ahead and like let's do it now. Boom. It sucks because it's like I would rather have them completed the game, but then obviously like you get the lock on. That's what the lock on came for, and like everybody loves the lock on. I was really happy to see Mighty and Ray make a return. Oh yeah, in Mania, yeah, I didn't think they was gonna do it. I was like, oh my god, it was crazy. All the references in Sonic Mania are crazy. Like you can tell like people who used to be big fans of the game. You feel me? They put in Bean Bark and Fang, and I was like, what? They remember? I was like, what? After everything he's been through in his life so far, Shadow deserves a true love. I decided to have Alina created as a promise to Maria before she died, ensuring Shadow wouldn't be alone. That's so sweet, dude. That's so sweet for him. All right, let's get back to here. Superstars. Let's see. How do I feel? Superstars. Where did I? Yeah, I feel about the same about that. I think Sonic Superstars might be here because I think that Superstars is not a terrible. I do not think Sonic Superstars is a bad game. And I feel like it's a more complete game. I feel like it is a more complete game than these two. You feel me? And I really think that, honestly, I think the biggest downfall for Superstars is the music. If the music was better, the game would be more like well received, honestly. They said everyone knows that Sonic 1's true love is running. Superstars is C for me. I can see that. I can see that. It doesn't do anything spectacular, right? You know what I mean? Like, it doesn't do anything crazy. But I do feel like it's a complete game. I do feel like it's a competent Sonic game. It's just we've done this before type of Sonic game. Plus the bosses aren't really that great. Yeah, I think like the biggest issue with Sonic Superstar, it would be way more of an enjoyable game if the music was better. Like, you would be able to tolerate a lot of like the game. Like, especially if you went through the bosses and stuff and you're like, damn man, I got all this wait and I gotta wait around, man, but the soundtrack is banger though. So I'm all right with like sitting around and listening to the music. Like, that would happen, I feel like. Yeah, bosses were disappointing. Yeah, they weren't good. But I also don't really care for Sonic bosses either way. But yeah, Superstars were especially so. It was like, And I think there were good ideas in Superstars too. I think like the not Avatar, but like the Emerald Powers. I think if you would have incorporated a like Mega Man like back and forth with the bosses, I think that would be like a sick kind of evolution of like, you know, using your power-ups and stuff. You know what I mean? Because then it would make sense that like all the waiting around, you'd be like, oh my gosh, like I gotta wait around. But like if you were like, oh, I use the Emerald Powers and it affects them faster. Oh, this is sick. You know what I mean? At least the art style was pretty. Yeah, it was pretty. It was all right. It was cool. But unfortunately, we got what we got. Nice try. Try harder next time, Sega. Let's see. Knuckles Chaotix. D tier. I think Knuckles Chaotix, honestly, man, it would be a lot better if it wasn't for that rubber band mechanic. If we didn't have that rubber band mechanic, it'd be way better. That's it. Because literally everything else is like solid. But it's just that one thing messes the whole game up. And the level design too. The level design is not that great. There's a lot of like this and this and this, if that makes any sense. Like, there's a lot of like, go this way, like it's like a lot of zigzag vertical design, and it's like that's all there is. Knuckles Chaotix is a B. Really good sprites and music. Yeah, for sure. The music, the sprites, everything is on point. The tone, the mood, all that stuff is on point. You feel me? Even the special stages are dope. It's just the levels themselves. It's the levels and that rubber band mechanic. That's all that it is, where I'm like, I can't get down with that. That's the only thing that's holding it back. Underrated OST for sure. Most definitely. King says Superstars music is nice. It is nice, but it could be better. You feel me? Which is why I got the music going right now, because I'm like, I think that Superstars music baseline is cool, but I think it could be better. There's a lot of like Senue there's a lot of Senue tracks that are like lacking, dude. And that's all it is. Let's see. We're gonna skip over Sonic the Fighter, Sonic R, skipping over that. Sonic Spinball, we're skipping over those two. Those are all. We're not doing any of the spin-off games, or none of the hard spin-off games, because some of these you could consider spin-off games, but like none of the hard spin-off games. We're not gonna do any of those. Let's see. Let me see. Where did my list go? Oh, okay, yep. Sonic 3D Blast. So I still feel like. Do I still feel like Sonic 3D Blast? Where the heck? No, I'm not tripping. Okay. Yeah. 3D Blast is putting, we're putting it in C. C tier for 3D Blast. Interesting game. Top down type of game. Really good music, underrated music. That soundtrack has super underrated music. But it's not great. It's not all that. It's not really a Sonic game. Like it's a flicky game. Like, you know what I mean? They said D tier for me, really boring. Yeah, I can see that. Like, I remember I used to like it as a kid, and then like I played it recently and I was just like, it's not that good. But I feel like I would rather play 3D Blast than Sonic 4 Episode 1, you feel me? Or Knuckles Chaotix. So I feel like Chaotix is just a madhouse. Unless I just need to get better at playing the game, I'm just like, even then, like, it's still like there's no real good enemy placement. We're not talking about Chaotix anymore. Music is good though, yeah, for sure. Most definitely. He said agreed, yep. Agreed. Sonic Triple Trouble. Haven't played enough of it, but I think Triple Trouble is the best of these that I've played. I think Triple Trouble is the best of these. As far as I played, because I'm like, this felt like this was the one game on the Game Gear where I was like, this feels like a Sonic game. Like, not that the other ones don't really, but those feel like watered down Sonic games. This one feels like an actual, like, oh, okay, they took Sonic and like really, they just brought it down, but like it feels like a good, like, it feels like a legit Sonic game that they just like scaled down. I never played Triple Trouble. Yeah, I played a little bit of it, and it's again, it's one of those things where it's like you play it for a little bit and you're like, it's all right. It's all right. It's more of like a novelty thing. It's more of like a, you know, back in the day, if you grew up with it, you're like, whoa, Sonic on the, I got Sonic on the Game Gear. It's like, okay, but like, aside from that, Triple Trouble 16-bit. Hey man, Triple Trouble 16-bit, S tier. That is a S tier game. I was thoroughly surprised by this game. Thoroughly surprised. And mind you, like, it's like, yes, is it a fan game? Yep, we're absolutely putting fan games in here too. Like, not all of them. I'm not doing all. I feel like this fan game stood above a lot of the rest of them. You feel me? Like, it stood a lot, like, head and shoulders above the rest of them. This felt like a legit made by Sonic team Sonic game. Hey, I've never, like, you know, hey, where did this come from? Like, is this a lost gem from like the 90s? No, somebody made this like now. I like the mechanics in it. Very good. Very good. Very good. We're skipping Drift. All the drifts. Sonic Labyrinth. Oh, Sonic Labyrinth. Let's put the Sonic Labyrinth in the. Probably gonna put that in the E tier. Not good. We're gonna put it ahead of Sonic Genesis though, because even though Sonic Labyrinth is a bad game and it feels functional, but just a bad game, this doesn't feel functional at all. So that's a no-go. Tis a no-go for me for that one. Yeah, Sonic, like, yeah, E tier easily. Sonic Chaos, same deal in here. I feel like, let me look at my reference sheet. Do I feel the same about this? Sonic Chaos maybe here, because I felt like it was going somewhere. That was another one of those games where I felt like it was a Sonic game, just kind of scaled down, but like, I don't know for sure. But I'm gonna keep that right there. I'm gonna keep that right there. Let's see, Sonic Blast right here. Game plays gross. It looks gross. They tried to pull a Donkey Kong and and put those graphics on a Game Gear, and it was like, yeah, I did this way wrong. Y'all did that 3D Blast, y'all did that right. Sonic Blast, no. No. Let's see. What's next? Skipping over all these. Game World, nope. Eraser, nope. Crackers. Sonic Extreme. That's not a game. That didn't happen. Sonic Jam, Mega Collection, Classics Collection. There's a lot of collections, dude. All right, here we go. Sonic Adventure. Look at my reference sheet. Sonic Adventure. I'm gonna put Sonic Adventure. People are gonna hate me for this. I will be hated. It always happens, man. Adventure. I'm gonna put that in B. I can see Adventure being A. I can see that. But every time I go back to Adventure, man, I always have diminishing returns, man. And I don't know. It may just be me. Like I said, it may just be me. I don't know what it is with me, and like why. Like everyone freaking loves Adventure, but for every time I go back to it, man, I'm like, there's diminishing returns for some reason. I'm like, I'm always like the level design. I'm like, God, man, like the levels that are good are really good, but then you'll run into like Casinopolis, and I'll be like, I don't want to do this, man. You know what I mean? Or like you'll run into like Ice Cap, and like Ice Cap has a really good set piece, but a lot of the first level is like just it's like there's a lot of like climbing around, moving around, shifting around, and it's like Great art direction, music, and story lore is great. I like Adventure 2 better, so as long as that I like Adventure 2 better, so as long as that is at least 1, then I'm not upset. Okay. A. All right, cool. Or A. As long as that's A, then you're cool. All right. I don't want to disappoint you, Days, but I maybe it might maybe not make it to A tier, but we'll see. The things that Sonic Adventure does well, it does very well. Like I said, yeah, the music, I think the music in that game is, I think that's the best music in the entire series in Sonic Adventure. I think this has the best music for sure. The story is dope. The levels can be really good, but like I said, there's a lot of levels. Like I'll go back and play like what's the Eggman level? I forgot the Eggman level, the name of the egg level. The Sky Deck. I'll go back and play like Sky Deck, and then I'll be like, dude, I'm like, this feels like bad to play. Like this whole level feels like sucks. But then a good chunk of those levels, like, it'll be good. But then like you got all the other playable characters, which I'm not really a fan of. Like I like Tails levels, I like Knuckles levels. Gamma is okay. Big sucks. Amy's levels suck. I think Amy's levels have good ideas, but those suck. She's slow as hell. I think I'm gonna keep Adventure there for right now, because like I said, I think I'm gonna keep it there for right now. King said, or also could be big story. Yeah, right. Like that's what I mean. Like there's a lot of that, but then like there's a lot of highs and lows, and like I said, every time I go back to Adventure, man, there's diminishing returns, man. It sucks. It sucks because it's like I don't want to feel that way, but that's how I feel whenever I play the game. And I used to glaze the hell out of this game too when I was younger, dude. I'm telling you. So it's the treasure hunter that brings Adventure 2 down for you, isn't it? Amy was really bad in those days. Actually, honestly, the treasure hunting isn't the thing that really brings me down. In Adventure 2, it's the mech stages, and we'll get to, is Adventure 2 next? I think it is. Yeah, let's get into Adventure 2. Let's see, Here's what I'm gonna do. I'll be hated for this also. I will be hated for this also. I'm gonna put this, or actually, no. Adventure DX is a difficult one to talk about because Adventure DX is difficult to talk about because it could be it. If we're talking about the GameCube version, right? It'd be above Sonic Adventure. You feel me? If we're talking about what everybody has available now, probably be like right here, because they've done something to that version and kind of screwed it up. You feel me? Which is why everybody goes on PC and then they mod it. Because whenever you play this game vanilla on anything else, it's like, dude, there's bugs and glitches and everything. That what the hell happened? What did y'all do? What did y'all do? So I want to be clear. If we're talking about the GameCube version, boom, up here. If we're talking about what we got nowadays, down here, unfortunately. Let's see. I can understand that. Personally, I didn't mind the treasure hunting, but the mech stages were pretty rough sometimes. The story and Sonic and Shadow levels were just so good. The music too, yeah. We're gonna get there. Actually, we're here now, so here's what I'm gonna do. Adventure 2. Adventure 2, I think. Is it better than CD? Is Sonic Adventure 2 better than CV? Vanilla, regular. Yes. Is it better than Sonic Adventure Sonic 1? Yes, I think so. I think it's better than this. I think it's better than this. I think it is better than Superstars. We're gonna put it right here. Yeah, I think we'll put that there. Encroaching on A tier, because I think the awesomeness of this game is too much. It's too much. I think the awesomeness of this game, the awesomeness of this game kind of pushes a lot of the bad things about the game out. But the problem is, man, there's only 4 shadow stages, right? There's 6 Sonic stages, 4 shadow stages, which means you get 10 stages, but I want more. I want it more. Compare that comparatively to how many like shadow stages or how many Rouge and Knuckle stages and Tails and Eggman stages there were. There was too much of this stuff over here and not enough stuff over here. You feel me? So I think I might keep it right here. I think I would play this over all these other games. Let's see. SI2 was so clean and fun to go through multiplayer for me. Probably because it was mostly all I played for Sonic Adventure 2 besides a few levels. So let's get to that, King. 2 Battle. We'll put that in A tier. Will I put it above Sonic 2? Will I put this above Sonic 2? I don't think so. I think I'll leave 2 Battle right there. He said the aura is too great. Yeah, the aura in that game. That's what I mean. It's too. The aura in that game is too powerful. Cause my God, it's just fantastic, dude. There's not enough bad things. The things that irritate me in that game don't bring it all. It doesn't weigh the game. They're just minor. I don't like this. I don't really like this. But they're not unfun to play, except for some of the emerald hunting stages where it gets a little bit crazy. Gets a little bit crazy. Will you put it above Sonic 2? Yeah, right. Well, I put it above Sonic. This Sonic 2? Yeah. But this Sonic 2? Yeah. This Sonic 2? Yeah. Let's see. Yeah, very strong. All right. Now, I want to warn everybody. I want everybody to understand we're at Sonic Heroes, okay? I'm going to warn everyone. I said this earlier. I prefaced this earlier, okay? Sometimes Sonic fans, they have weird takes, okay? They've got weird takes. sometimes they make decisions that you're like, what in the hell are you doing, right? I want to be clear. I understand this, and what I'm going to do is going to ruffle feathers. Is going to happen. Sonic Heroes. They said D tier. Look, Sonic Heroes. Like right there. I'm gonna put it like right there. People, I will be hated for that. Sonic Heroes D tier. The game makes me so mad to play. Absolutely understood. 100%. 100%. But I love the game so much. Like, it's so janky to play. It is so like, there's so many controls about it that are not functional. But it's once you get around that and you wrap your head around how to play the game, it's like, yo, this game is like sick though. Moist said garbage game. How do you know? Have you played Sonic Heroes? Moist, have you played this game? Sonic Heroes and B tier, how dare you, sir? The glitches and bugs are so bad. The bosses are so frustrating. You're absolutely right. You're absolutely right. Here's the thing. I understand. I'm not one of those people where I'm like, y'all don't understand. You don't understand. This is a hidden gem. You guys don't understand. No, I understand all the flaws and everything to this game. But I got so good at it, at dancing around all the glitches and all that stuff. I got so good at it that I was like, yo, behind this is a really good game. I'm like, thematically and all the ideas and all the character switching and all that stuff or whatever, all that, I'm like, I really like doing all that stuff. King said, so it begins. Moy says, I have no idea. I know you're not. I know you're not. He's like, how dare you, sir? Moist is just here to see everything. Like, when am I going to make a decision that's going to burn everything down? People are going to be like, nope, this ain't the guy. Don't go to him. You're not allowed to give 06 crap after this take. I don't know, dude. I don't know. I might still give 06 a lot of crap. Boy said, I literally never play any of these games in my life. I am garbage at Sonic games and platformers in general. Yeah, you're usually like, you're more like action adventure RPGs. You feel me? But yeah, Heroes, like I said, you guys are allowed to hang me out to dry. You feel me? You can hang me out to dry for that take, for sure. But I don't know, man. There's a lot of levels to play through, and you know what I mean? Like, everything is like level to level, and it's like, it all feels like very traditional Sonic. So I'm like, I like this. There's a lot less that gets in the way, but then at the same time, like you said, like, you guys make good points where it's like, yo, the controls suck. It is glitched, and it's like, yeah, you're not wrong. So there's that. Let's see, Shadow the Hedgehog. I just recently played Shadow the Hedgehog and it pissed me off, dude. We're putting that in the D tier. I can't with this game. Now, the duality of man, right? After I just went off on this and being like, oh, the controls or whatnot. I feel like the controls in this are more, and that's the same thing I'm gonna say with like Sonic 06 and all that. I feel like the controls are way more manageable to me in this. It's like they're more manageable for me. And there's benefits from actually learning how to like get around those controls. Shadow the Hedgehog, man, I'm like, dude, this feels slow and sluggish, and he's very slidey, and I can't stand it. I even like the gunplay in the game. You feel me? But my God, there's like a lot of like, the levels ask way too much of you. There's a lot of puzzle mechanics and stuff, and it's like, dude, so let me run through the levels. I don't feel like stopping and figuring out how to do X, Y, and Z. There's way too many levels that do that. There's too many levels that have dungeon design, and there's too many levels. It's just a lot. It's a lot of stuff I don't like about this game. Let's see. My tier list would just be Hold on. Moy says my tier list would just be everything in the never played tier. I'd be done in 5 minutes. If that, you probably be done in a minute. Just be like, oh, take all copy, just take all these, put it all in never played. They said I have to take off. I'll make sure to watch the rest of the comment. I'll make sure I'll watch the rest and comment later. Have a great rest of the stream. Hey, appreciate you, man. I like your discussion, man. Please come back. You feel me? And check me out. Moy says, oh yeah, Shadow was pretty bad, even just to watch. Yeah, dude, that game, I could not with that game. Jerome says, is this list with mods included? No, I'm gonna do that in a little bit. I'm gonna start shifting them around with mods included. I'm just like going through real quick and showing like all the, like, you know, buy vanilla, what everybody, how I still feel about everything vanilla, and then I'm gonna start switching them around with mods included. Next game, Sonic 06. Come on, that's a E tier. And the thing that Days said, where he's like, oh, he was like, you can't really say anything about this after this. I'm like, this feels like a game that is not, I mean, obviously it wasn't finished. It wasn't a finished game. And it doesn't feel good to play. This also doesn't feel good to play, but it feels tolerable. You feel me? It's just out of control is the problem. It's like, yo, you could have scaled some of this stuff back, but like, this feels frantic and chaotic and still kind of fun with the controls. This does not. These controls don't feel good. I'm probably going to stick around till 06. 06 has arrived. It's arrived, King. But yeah, I'm not a fan. I know a lot of people have come around and like some people have ironically liked this game, and then there are people who unironically like this game nowadays. I still kind of keep the same opinion where I went back to it, played it, and I'm like, I can't really with this game. Just not a fan of it. Not a fan. Sonic Adventure 2 is an A tier. I've got Adventure 2 Battle in A tier because I think it adds a lot more stuff in there, and then Adventure 2 is in B tier. But yeah, Adventure 2 Battle's in there. That's an A tier. Let's see. Reasonable, but it had every potential. It had every potential under the sun. It did, but like that's the thing. That's the thing. We don't. Now I ain't gonna say we. I don't play games because of potential. I play games for what is there. You know what I mean? And you know what I mean? Like for me, I'm like a lot of these games, like Shadow had potential. Knuckles Chaotix had potential. You feel me? Like a lot of these had potential, but it's like execution wise, I didn't have a good time. That's the sucky thing. The same thing, like Sonic Superstars. I feel like Sonic Superstars had potential to be up here. You know what I mean? Potentially, but what we got was didn't live up to it. Unfortunately. Now, as far as someone drawing out that potential and highlighting that potential, PO6. Where do I have PO6? People put this PO6 like way up here in these areas, you feel me? And I think I would put PO6 in low B tier. Because I'm like, it's not finished, right? But what they did was they took this game, which was in an E tier, fixed it up into a low B tier. I'm like, that's incredible. That's incredible. You know what I mean? That's the potential that we're talking about. When you take all that and then you flesh them out, you take all those ideas, you flesh them out, you actually make the game functional and working and fun to play. Absolutely, it's up here. Now we're in B tier. We went from E to B. You feel me? You know what I mean? And I remember like people, I was like, this is impossible. Like this guy came through and like fixed all that stuff up, and I was like, this is impossible. I remember I first heard it, I was like, this is impossible. How is he doing? How did he do this? You know what I mean? But I think going from E to B, great. I wouldn't put it up above any of the other ones because I'm just like, it doesn't feel like it's not a done game. But you feel me? From a genuine critic's point of view, I would too. I would too give '06 a D, no worries. But P06 on the other hand, yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like a lot of people are like, Sonic the Hedgehog is good, or Sonic '06 is good. I'm like, nah. I'm like, no, it's not. The original base game, no, it's not. But the like you said, King, the potential was there, and this is the potential realized. You feel me? So it's like. And like I said, it's not even done. So like once it's done, it's like, yo, where's it go? Now, as far as the story goes, I don't know if you can really say that story. For me personally, you can't. But I wouldn't want him to not put the story in there. Let's see. Where do I have Sonic and Secret Rings? Where are you, Sonic and Secret Rings? Sonic and the Secret Rings, we're gonna put in C tier. Yeah, I still feel the same way. This game, let's see. B for better be an A tier. Just we wait until the whole project comes out. Yeah, for sure, dude. For sure. When the whole thing comes out, dude, yeah. Fire flame sauce. And he's been quiet for a long time. So it's like, what have you been cooking, dude? What have you been doing? He said B for better be an A tier. Yeah, right. That's how I feel about Sonic Adventure. Mystic. That's how I feel like this. Cause I'm like, I put it right here and then people were like, no. But I get it. Galactics. Your time has come. It is time to rate Sonic Unleashed. Sonic Unleashed, I am putting up here. We're talking about vanilla Sonic Unleashed. Keep in mind, we're talking about vanilla. And vanilla Sonic Unleashed, I'm kind of dancing with Heroes. I'm kind of dancing with it. I'm like, where do I put it? Do I put it behind Heroes or in front of Heroes? And I think I'm going to put it in front of Heroes. Yeah, I think I'm going to do that. By the way, PO6 is an A for me personally, but B is fine. Yeah. Like I said, I wouldn't have a problem with that. Like PO6 is great. You feel me? I think there's just a couple things that fundamentally about Sonic 06 that I don't like about the level design, even though like a lot of people say they love the level design. I think there's like holding Elise and stuff. I'm like, oh, I don't want to play those. I hate those levels. I had to put a whole mod in to like take her out of it because I'm like, dude, I hate playing those levels with Elise and stuff. But yeah, I'm not mad at you putting Sonic 06, PO6 in A tier though. Not mad at that choice at all. Unleashed, man, I'm gonna keep Unleashed right here, Vanilla Unleashed, because playing through Sonic Unleashed can be a pain. Vanilla Sonic Unleashed, playing through it can be a pain. I think it's the pacing of the game is what kills a lot of people, and a lot of people's disdain for it. But once you beat everything, dude, and once you get through the whole campaign and you're able to choose what you want to do, the game opens up and it's like, yo, this game is like way better. So I'm kind of compelled to put it higher. I'm kind of compelled to put it higher. Yeah. Oh, where'd I put it? I think I'm gonna put Unleashed. Might put it at the top of B. I'm gonna put it right here. Yeah, I think I'm gonna do that. I think that's yeah, that feels right to me. I'm gonna change it to about right there. Because like I'm telling you, like once you beat the game and like I said, you open everything, it all like really opens up and it's like, yo, you can choose what you want to do and go wherever you want to, and it's like great. And plus, it's just visually, it's it's like the best looking Sonic game. The Werehog stages aren't that bad. Once you choose when you want to play it, Werehog stages aren't that bad. The Sonic stages are exhilarating, especially when you play like the DLC stages. Those are brutal, dude. Brutal stages, but they're so fun though. Yeah, so I'm gonna keep that here. Story is on point, all that. Unleashed, we about C tier. Same with PS2. Like I don't really care for those, really, honestly. I know there's an audience for these and people are like really like these. I'd never, they felt cheap. They felt like they were kind of scrounged together for me, and I just didn't really like. I beat both of them. I mean, not both of them. I beat the Wii version, but only the PS2 version is basically the same thing. But they just don't. They feel like lesser versions of the HD version. That's because like they took out a lot of levels and stuff. But some of what they got there is great. But like some of the stuff, I'm like, I'm not really a fan of. Like, nah, I'm not a fan of the pacing, the setup, none of that stuff. So I am not one of those fans. Sorry. Oh yeah. Unleash Project. We're just playing the Unleash Project. Where do I have this? Let me see. Unleash Project, I would probably put, if we're trimming down a lot of the fat, maybe right here. But the problem is it trims out. There's no, you can't play this. You can only play these levels. And you can't play these levels. You can't play any of the DLC levels. If the, like, you know what I mean? Like it's if we're talking about just Unleash Project, not adding anything to it. It's just those levels and that's it. And it's like, that's not enough. Gotta have more. So I think I can put Unleash Project right here. I think before I'm on the other list, I put it higher up, but like, I don't know if I can, I don't know if I feel the same now. Unleashed Recompiled. I think we'll come back to Unleashed Recompiled. We'll come back to this because that is, I mean, it's essentially this. It's essentially this. Let's do this. Recompile. Put it like right here. Yeah, we'll put it right there. Without mods and all that stuff or whatever, and we just got like it performs and plays like way better than the other one. You feel me? It performs way better than these, or this one at least. Sonic and the Black Knight. Not a fan of Sonic and the Black Knight's gameplay. You feel me? I would put Sonic and the Black, like, and I know other people, like people, I'll put Sonic and the Black Knight like right here. Maybe right here. Probably right here though. Because I feel like Sonic and the Black Knight, people play Sonic games for different reasons, right? And I've said this before, like, I feel like when people play this game, they play it for the story. And I'm like, if we're talking about story, it'd be up here somewhere. It'd be like A tier, S tier, right? But I don't play Sonic games for the story, not alone. Like I play it for, you know, everything's got to come together. And unfortunately, the gameplay on this game is not that great. It is very much lacking. Again, potentially, like the potential is there, but execution, not that great. Sonic Colors gets too much hate nowadays, and I'm going to make those haters mad. I'm going to put this up here. Matter of fact, I'm going to put it right here, just because I'm like, these are, Sonic Colors is a really good game, I feel, and I think that Colors, people don't like Colors because it's not Unleashed, right? And it's not Generations. It doesn't move as fast. It's not as exhilarating. But the thing about Colors is that it's kind of like the Sonic CD of the group, where like you got Sonic 1, which is a combination of like speed and platforming, and you got Sonic CD where it's like very much exploration based, and then you got like Sonic 3 and Knuckles where it's like just, or Sonic 2, and Sonic 2 is like go fast. Sonic 2 is like your Sonic Unleashed, whereas Colors is like your Sonic CD where it's like you kind of, you get more out of the game the more that you explore the game, you feel me? There's that. Before I go, King says, before I go, I never played Sonic Lost World and didn't know it was a mainline game. Is it really as bad as people say it is? The game, okay, all right, before you go, King, here's what I'll do. I'll rank it before you go. I think Sonic Lost World, where are we at? Sonic Lost World, I would put that in probably like the C tier. And I don't think it's a terrible game. The problem is that it's not a Sonic game. It's a Mario game, which is like the biggest sin. Like, that's one thing when you're designing a Sonic game, you don't want to make it Mario. You feel me? Sonic has always been the antithesis of Mario. And Sonic Lost World, when they made Sonic Lost World, they were like, let's make a Mario game for the Wii U. And it was like, why would you do that? There's already a Mario game on the Wii U. You know what I mean? And plus you're just Sonic, you're not Mario. Because like when you try to become Mario and you're trying to follow after the fashion of Mario, then you just become a Mario clone. You feel me? And that was the problem with Lost World. Took way too many cues from Mario and just kind of fizzled out. So, is it as bad as everybody says it is? No, it's still a decent game, but it's just not a good Sonic. It's not a good Sonic game, and it's not a good Mario game. So it's just kind of bland. Sonic Colors DS. Sonic Colors DS. I think you can make a case for Sonic Colors DS being better than original Colors. But I just have a bias towards Colors, and I like the console version of Colors better than DS because I think I just like the pacing of Colors better than DS. But I think I think his levels are way better. But that's all that is. King says, gotcha, sorry about that. Nah, man, you good, bro. You said you about to go, so I wanted you said you about to go, so I was like, I wanted to, kind of cater to you for a second. But you good. Bye, Monthly. You keep being you. Super awesome. Hey, appreciate you, man. Hey, like I said, man, I'm here all the time, man. So come through 5 o'clock Central Time every day. Have a good one. What's next? Sonic Colors Ultimate. Oh boy. I have a whole long ass story about Sonic Colors Ultimate that I'm not going to go into today. We're putting that below PO6. Actually, no. We're not even B tier. No. What am I doing? Put that in like here. It's not as bad as DX. DX has a lot of glitches, but Colors Ultimate isn't like super bad either. It's not good. They took this game right here and then brought it down to here with all the stuff they was trying to do, brought it down there. It's like, bro, what did y'all do? What did y'all do? Why did y'all do that? No one liked that. Bunch of glitches and stuff. Don't believe anybody that was like, don't believe when they're like, oh, there was nothing wrong with this game when it first came out. Don't believe that. I love the people. There are people that say that I absolutely love 100%. There's big YouTubers that say that all the time, and I'm telling you, this game was not good when it first came out. I experienced this is the game that actually got me kickstarted into like modding a bunch of Sonic games because I felt like I was so ripped off by it. It was like borderline unplayable. But I won't get into that because I'll be ranting the whole time. Sonic Colors Re-Rainbow, though. Right here. Boom. Re-Rainbow, yeah. And all they did was like visually, like they touched it up visually. They just took Ultimate, touched it up visually, and it's like, dude, good God. It looks incredible. Looks incredible, dude. Let's see. Sonic Generations, the GOAT. Yeah, we're gonna S tier this. Do we S tier it? Vanilla Sonic Generations. Vanilla Sonic Generations. Vanilla Sonic Generations. How do I feel about Vanilla Sonic Generation? Do I think it's better than Sonic 2? No, because I don't think the bosses and stuff are better. There's a few things I don't like about Generations. I feel like it's a grade below. Sonic 2 as a whole feels like a great game, right? There's things about Sonic Generations that I'm like, I don't know about that, dog. But that's also Vanilla Sonic Generations. Like classic Sonic doesn't feel good to play. Like he feels okay, he's decent, but like he doesn't feel super great to play as. You feel me? So that means like modern Sonic's levels are really carrying that game, and then the bosses, not a lot of the bosses are really good, but then some of them are like, oh, I think most of the bosses are good in that game, but like Time Eater is like really bad, and then the story is not all that great. It's not a really satisfying. I think Sonic and the Hedgehog 2's ending is more satisfying than Generations. So I'll keep Generations. I think Vanilla Generations I'll keep it here, but they may change with mods and stuff. So like, there's that. Generations of 3DS. Where do I have that? And do I feel it's the same? Sonic 4 Episode 2. Put it behind that right there. Generations 3DS is not that great. It is the first 3 levels are like the first classic Sonic feels better to play with in this game. It feels like a lot better to play in this game. But the first 3 levels in the game feel great. And classic Sonic's levels are literally just just the old levels, just rehashed, like literally just rehashed. But after the first like 3 levels, the whole game takes a nosedive. Like it's a nightmare. Like the level design like sharply like is like way worse. And there's like a lot of like just hallway playing and like a lot of like really nothing unique happening. Plus it's like, why would you not take modern Sonic and make those levels like fully 3D? You feel me? Let's skip over this real fast. Let's do just Shadow Generations. Shadowed Generations, you feel me? That's going to go very high. We're putting that right here. Yeah, right there. Shadow Generations by itself, very good game. Like, very good game. Definitely one amongst like one of the best Sonic games, easily. I like the open world, or the I like the hub world design. Very good. The stages themselves, the 3D and 2D, really good. The story's really good. The animations are really good. This is a top-notch game for sure. And I can't think of a time where I can't think of another game where I'm like, yo, this is like I can't think of another game where I'm like, I can't think of any like flaws in this game where I'm like, yo, it brings it anything lower than this. Like, the only thing I can think of is like little nitpicks and stuff. Is like, oh, Shadow doesn't skate when he's like boosting and all this stuff. I'm like, all right, whatever. But yeah, this game is like really freaking good. Now, Sonic X Shadow Generations, the combined might of these two is the same thing as Sonic 3 and Knuckles. The combined might of these two, we're gonna have to put that right here, dude. The combined strength of Sonic the Hedgehog Generations and Shadow the Hedgehog Generations is probably like my second favorite Sonic game, dude. I'm like, it's so good. Like, and like I said, like the drawbacks that people will say about, like, really the only drawbacks from this game is like they tampered with the story a little bit, and really those the tweaks that they made is not enough for me to be like, yo, this brings the whole experience. Like, it doesn't. Like, it's like there's nothing wrong with it. Like, people like people are like, oh, the mouths don't sync up when they're talking or whatever. I'm like, when does any Sonic game ever done that? Like, during the cutscenes, when have the mouths like really been super, you know, the mouth animation, when has it been ever any like good? Not really. And then on top of it, like, the story changes or whatever. Like, you didn't play Sonic Generations for the story, and everybody's mad about, like, oh, Rouge they covered Rouge up. Like, get over that, bro. Come on now. You seriously, you can't be. I don't take you seriously if you are mad about that. If you're like, they covered Rouge's boobs up, I can't believe it. I'm like, dude, are you for real? There's so many other things on the internet you can go to that you can goon over. Like, come on. Lost World 3DS. Let's see, where did I have this? Episode 1. It's probably like down here, man. This game's not good. It takes a sharp turn. I would actually even, I don't know, like, Chaotix is not that good either. But I'd rather play Chaotix over Lost World, so there's that. Yeah, Lost World's not. Lost World has the same thing, the same issue as like Generations 3DS, where it's like Lost World 3DS. The first couple of levels are like really good, and then it takes a sharp nosedive. Like, the special stages are atrocious. The level design is like, there's way too much puzzle design. It's trying to be a Mario game again, but the physics and stuff are better than console versions. But aside from that, man, like, the rest of the game is like L doo-doo. Sonic Forces. Same deal, D tier. Is that where I had it? Yeah. Forces is it's very boring. There's nothing really to it. It's not, like, a lot of the stages aren't really unique, and they are very like one-tracked and automatic, and you don't really do anything unique in them, and then the levels are like over before you even know it. And Classic Sonic plays worse in this game, and his levels are the same thing. It's like, they don't really feel that great. Like, I think Classic Sonic stages are the better half of this game, but even still, it's like, why'd y'all just shoved them in the game for no reason, for no rhyme or reason. It's like, and it's not even really that fun to play with them, so it doesn't do anything. You can't do anything here that you didn't already get from where is it here? You know what I mean? Like, everything here you already got from here, and they did it here better. So it's like, what more can you do? Let me get a drink of water. You feel me? Next game. This is really a gauntlet, isn't it? Sonic Forces Overclock. I have not played that. Haven't played. We're gonna put that right there. I'm assuming that it's better than all of these, because what I have seen of it, I'm like, yo, this looks fun, but I haven't played it. So really, I can't say that. I can't really put it over there, but it looks like it's more fun than all of these. So I'll come around to it at one point in time, like at some point, but Sonic Frontiers. A lot of people love Sonic Frontiers, man. And a lot of people think Sonic Frontiers is the best Sonic game that has ever been created. I do not feel that way. I think Sonic Frontiers, I would put like right here. Yeah. I think there's a lot of ideas and stuff about it that are really good. I think I always go back to it and play it like every once in a while and just play it. Just because I'm like I'm just drawn to it. I think the boss is really good. I think the music is really good. Now mind you, the Titans, I think the Titans are really good, but like, and I think running around, I think the act of just running around the level in the open world is really good. However, unfortunately, the puzzles in those worlds are not great. They're very basic, which I'm okay with, kinda, but like some of them are like baby basic. And then the cyberspace levels don't feel good to play. I have to always mod them. I have to mod the hell out of them to make them like feel great. But other than that, like this is one of the best games. This is one of the best Sonic games in a while, but I can't put it above any of these other games. I can see this, you feel me, like being above Heroes. That's just my Heroes is just my bias. But I can see it being above a few of these games, but like I can't in good conscience put it in an A tier. I can't do that. And I can't put it above, like, I think all these games above it are like better, just better experiences. Where we at? Dream Team might be the best of the never playeds because I played a little bit of it and I think it feels great. Comparatively to all these, I feel like this one feels great to play, but it just wasn't enough, and it felt too much like a mobile game to me. I was like, please bring this to consoles, because at some point I just got bored with it because I was just like, I don't feel like playing. Like, I want to take my time to play this, and like a lot of the design is like really flat. Mind you, like a lot of them, like there's a lot of like, you know, you run up on walls and stuff, and you know there's a lot of platforming, which is really good. I like that, but like a lot of the level design is really like flat, and it just kind of after a while uninterested in me. And maybe that's because also I was playing on Apple Arcade, so if they put on console where I don't feel like I'm like under a time limit to play it, then I'll check into it a little bit more. But I can't put it anywhere else because like I haven't experienced enough of it. Pocket Adventure, haven't played it like at all. IGN would be, like I said, I made this joke before, but IGN, you put it up here, they'd be like, oh my god, it's the greatest thing ever I've ever seen. But I've never played it, and I've always looked at it and I'm like, I've never had any interest in playing Pocket Adventure, so I can't really speak to how good it is because I have never played it. What's next? Sonic Advance. Sonic Advance. Where do you go? Where do you go, Sonic Advance? Sonic Advance, you will go. Where did I have you before? Behind Unleash Project, did I? Advance, I'll put you right about, no. Probably about the same, probably about right here. Advance is a good game, but Advance doesn't do anything like special. I've always made this comment where I feel like Sonic Advance is Sonic 2 Part 2. I feel like it's Sonic 2 2. It doesn't do anything remarkable outside of all these other games. Like this game already did what it did. It already did what it did, and this just feels like a sequel spiritually to that. Like there's a lot more characters that you can play as, obviously, but man, I don't know, something about this that it doesn't. I don't think it matches the same heights as Sonic 2 because like you can't play a Super Sonic. You can't play a Super Sonic, and you know that's a bummer. But it feels like a standard. This feels like a standardized Sonic game. You know what I mean? Jade in the chat She said, I had no idea there was this many Sonic games. Jay, not only there's this many Sonic games, this is just all the ones that I ranked. You still got all these. You have all of these. I'm not ranking all of these because a lot of these are spin-offs, but this is pretty much, I think pretty much all of them. And like I said, I have a tier where I'm like, I never played some of these just because I've just never had interest in some of them. And sometimes and some of them I have played a little bit of them, but not enough for me to like rank them or say like where I think they should go. So I put a like never played tier. But yeah, a lot of Sonic games. Sonic N, never played that. That was for the N-Gage, I believe, and I did not have an N-Gage at the time. And I looked at it later down in life, and I was like, I don't have any care to play that. So I don't even know if I should even put that in a tier. Sonic Advance 2. Me and Zoe was going back and forth with this game. We were like, my guy Zoe, I was like, yo, he's like, yo, this is the best of the Advance games, and I agree with him. I think this is one of the very best Sonic games. I'm gonna put it above Sonic Adventure, not Sonic Adventure 2. Well, yes, Sonic Adventure 2. I'm gonna put this above Sonic 2 because I think that this game is like stupid fast and stupid exhilarating. And I know that the bosses can be super difficult, and I know that getting into the special stages is a nightmare, and I know the special stages themselves are a nightmare. Absolutely 100% agree with you on all that. However, I think that all the characters are really fun to play as, and I feel like the I forgot what the mechanic is called, but the breakout mechanic where like if you're going if you grab enough rings and you're going a certain speed and at some point you just break past into a sound barrier, I think that is like one of the most exhilarating things that you can bring to 2D Sonic. And it's really sick nasty. I like it a lot. And the stages feel distinct and they don't feel like a rehash of Sonic 2. I feel like this is Sonic Advance 2 feels like an enhancement and an advancement past Sonic 2. It feels distinct enough. So I'm like, yeah, really like it. Really like that game. Sonic Advance 3. Now, I will say another thing. My guy Zode, he brought the revelation to me, and maybe it was because I wasn't, I haven't played this in a long time. So when I ranked this, I was like, yeah, Sonic Advance 3 is really good. Really, really good. Playing it again, I'm like, yo, the stages design in this game is horrid. There's a lot of levels that like loop you around and give you the runaround, and I'm like, dude, why am I coming back to the same spot? And there's also a lot of level design that is cheap and is really a lot of level design that kills you a lot from where you can't see and possibly make any judgment calls if you haven't played the game already. And even then, even more so than Sonic, like that's a regular like Sonic criticism, but like this is like that criticism taken to like 10. So we're gonna put, where did I have this last time? I had this like above Sonic Advance. I don't believe that at all. I would put this like below Superstars, below 3, below that. I think the team mechanics in this game are really good, but like, yeah, I'm putting this down like, I might put this like below front. I might have this like here, maybe. Because I'm like, I don't know if I would go back to this anytime soon, dude. I was not a fan of this game. Playing it again, like on stream, I was not a fan of this. And I might put it lower. Yeah, I'll keep it. We'll come back to that. I'll put a stamp on that right now, just to get through, because I don't want to be stuck wrestling with myself. Sonic Rush. I played this game I just played on this on stream like this week, and I feel like I did not give this game enough credit when I was ranking them, because I put it like right around here when I was, and now I've played it and I think that it is like right here. Not too much higher, but higher than I had it before. Much higher than I had it before. I had it like in low B tier at first. Now I'm like, yo, Rush is kind of sick. Let's see. I know I feel the exact same about Rush Adventure though, because like I feel like these stages, they don't. Playing through the game sucks. when you, it's the same thing with Unleashed. Like kind of playing through the game, like the pacing of this game is real bad. But once you beat the game and you're able to go at your own pace and play it however you want to, like this game becomes way better. Like the level design is better than original Rushes. You know, and really that's all it is. And the bosses are really good too. So it's like, yeah. Where did I put it last time? I think I'm gonna put it in like around the same spot. Let's see. No, I had it like low, like down here. And I don't think I want it that low. Probably like, you know, maybe though. Between this and Colors Ultimate, probably might put it higher. Probably might put it in the B tier. Low B tier though. Let's have it right there. I think I would do that because I wouldn't play this vanilla. I wouldn't play this vanilla. Like a lot of the C tier, and lower, I wouldn't go back and play again. And this one, playing through it sucks. But it doesn't feel broken. Like these two, these feel like ugh. Like God, I don't want to play these. Are we done? Are we finished with the regular rankings? I did this last time the exact same way where I was like, yo, I think we're done. No, we're not done because I know, yeah, there are a couple games still. Rivals, Runners, none of these. I'm not ranking any of these. These are all like super like spin-off games. All of these are spin-off games. I'm looking very closely, making sure I don't skip over anything. Speed Battle, all these. Rise of Lyric, yeah, take that, put that like under Sonic the Hedgehog. Take that out, put that under Sonic 06. Not good. Really bad game. You guys wanted to make an Uncharted game and didn't want to give the developers any time to do anything with it. Not obviously not good. Not a good game. Shattered Crystal, haven't played enough of it. And where's the other one? Fire and Ice. I believe Fire and Ice is the better one, but I haven't played enough of it to speak on it either, so I would put that inherently above that. And I think we are done as far as that goes. There are other Sonic fan games that are down here that I'm not going to rank simply because they feel like, the reason why I put Triple Trouble 16-bit up here is because I feel like I feel like it was so good, and this isn't to knock the other fan games or fan game makers out there. I want to be clear. I think y'all do great jobs at these. You feel me? Even after the sequel and before the sequel, this guy went on and started making his own games. He went on to make Spark the Electric Jester, which I think those are like really good alternative Sonic games. But playing these games though, they don't feel like official Sonic games. This one does, and that's why I put it a grade above the other ones, because I'm like, yo, this feels like a cut above like the rest of them. So that's why I'm not going to touch these. I'll put that into its own list later at another point. But now that we got that out of the way, modded, I think my guy came in earlier. What's his name? He said something about it earlier, or he asked about it. Where is he? Where'd he go? Where'd his comment go? I can't find it. I cannot find you. Where did you go? Oh, Jerome. Yeah. Is this list with mods included? So this part of the list, no. But now we're going to go into the part of the list where I'm going to keep mods in mind. So when all these things get modded, when I have all these games modded, they're completely different experiences, and I've tailor-made those experiences to in a way where I felt like the aspects that are really good about them are highlighted and created in a way where it's like, yo, these are like really good. And it kind of irons out the qualms or issues that I have with them, and it'll bring out the best qualities of these games. So now there's the half of the video where it's like, all right, these are vanilla versions. This is how I feel about them vanilla. Now this is the half where I'm like, yo, this is modded. I've modded these games and I feel like brought out the best qualities in all of them. So now going through this list, let's look at everything. Sonic Advance 3, I might move these. All right, King Galactus says, all right, I'm back. Yo, I think you made it back in time. All right, now this is my list. Galactics, all right, this is my list. All of these are vanilla experiences, okay, with the exception of like a couple of them, like Angel Island Revisited and all that stuff. But I'm about to shift some things around to where I'm like, when I mod them, when I use mods, which are yours included, when I use mods, they enhance these games and they bring them to a level where I feel like they draw out the highlights and the greatest things about these games, and I'm gonna like I'm gonna rate them in that fashion. I see that Unleashed is in B tier. Yes, Vanilla Unleashed is in B tier. I can't put them any higher. Something in me won't make me put them higher. And I don't know what it is, man. But we're gonna go over like when I mod them, you feel me? And let's start with yours first and foremost, since you're here. Unleashed recompiled with all of the mods that you have created specifically, and other people who have chipped in with that. I feel like Unleashed recompiled goes definitely from the B tier. At least you put recompile in the low A tier. At least put recompile in low A tier. I'll do you one better. I think Unleashed recompiled with all your mods and all this stuff, I think it's like up here, dude. Just because it's like everything that you do, and this is not me being like, oh, I want to be clear, this isn't me being like, you can axe out the werehog, so now it's way better. No. This is incorporating the werehog in a way where I like it, in a fashion where I like it, where I took the like the movement mods, and I took the everything that has to do with his combat and all this stuff, and all of it's fleshed out, and all of the unlocks are brought down to a level where it's like, yo, this is way more digestible. I think that this game is like way up here, and I honestly would probably put it above Triple Trouble. I think it would be like right here. And that's the highest praise I can not only give Unleashed itself, but to the credit to your mods, bro. That's how highly I think of that. So I'm going to put that there. I'm thinking about putting Advance 3 lower. Something about this doesn't feel right. But I think I'm gonna bring this down lower, because like, man, I might move. Yeah, let's move it down here. Advance 3, I'm gonna keep the low B tier. Sonic 3 Air, that stays. That doesn't go anywhere. Sonic X Shadow Generations, that doesn't go anywhere. Sonic 3 and Knuckles, I mean, that's pretty much that. Mania modded, let's see. By the way, have you tried my improved progression mod? Yeah, I have that on. That's a part of all that. Improved progression, all that. I just can't remember the mods off the top of my head because I have like 100,000 of them in there. But yeah, improved progression, like where you're able to, like I said, you've given me the option to be like, take these things out of the game. But I was like, instead of copping out and doing that, I'm like, look, take like the leveling system, right? Leave that how that is, but just get double experience. You know what I mean? But the way that it levels up, keep that the same, because I'm like, I still want to be able to go through the game and still progress naturally, but just not like, like, oh, I have everything unlocked right here from the get-go. You feel me? I'm like, I feel like that's cheating to me. But the fact that the option is there is like, yo, let's see. Mania doesn't move. Generations doesn't really move, or Shadow Generations doesn't really move with mods, because there's not a lot of. I didn't put a lot of mods in it to begin with. There's just a couple of them. Triple Trouble, Unleashed, I already moved that. Advance 2 with mods doesn't really move the needle too much. because it's pretty much essentially still the same game. Sonic the Hedgehog 2. The best version would be what is it called? It's literally on my desktop right now. I just don't feel like moving anything. Sonic 2. It's not Sonic 1 Forever, and then there's Sonic 2. What am I thinking of? The shit. I forgot. But I would put that version. I would keep that here. I keep that here. Generations modded. Man, Generations modded, dude. That's gonna be like, that's like up here, dude. That might be here. Generations modded, dude. Classic Sonic Improvement mod like makes that game like soar. It's like the game's like a whole different game. It like makes the game is like way better, dude. Plus a bunch of like other enhancements and all that stuff or whatever that you can put into it. It's crazy. Hey, this flashing over here, don't look over here. Flashing warning, don't look at that. Actually, we're gonna change that. Let me see. Colors Rainbow, that stays. I think that's Colors Rainbow. I think that stays. Do I feel like it's better? No, we'll keep it there. Colors DS is about the same. Adventure 2 Battle. Adventure and Adventure 2 Battle, I would start putting that towards the S tier when they're modded, because there's a lot of things that you can do with them. Like the Chow World, you can make that like a whole entirely different game, dude. And it's kind of nuts. But then you can bust open and like, you can bust the levels open and like play the levels with any character, which is insane. I'm like, dude, I'm playing like regular levels with like, I always wanted to just play like all like just more Sonic levels and more Shadow levels, and then you can play those levels. You can play like Knuckles levels, not Knuckles levels, I guess. You can play like the mech levels with Sonic and stuff, and it's like weirdly you can pull it off, and it's like way better. Would I put these above Triple Trouble? Probably. As far as them being modded. Above Unleashed Recompiled? That's a question. I don't know about that. I don't know. I think I might keep those there. These are all the same. These are about the same. Advanced, these are all pretty much about the same, I feel. This modded, about the same. I think that might be, is that it? Because this is the best version. Sonic 2, forget it. What is it? I have it on my desktop. It's like right here, literally. Absolute, that's what it's called. Duh. Yeah, Sonic 2 Absolute. Pretty much up there. Sonic CD Miracle Edition, Miracle Edition pushes Sonic CD way further. I think it's better than Superstars, Advance, that. I think we'll have it like right here. Yeah, I think Miracle Edition shoots that up until like A tier. And then Sonic 1 Forever shoots it up to about like, it's better than all the Sonic 1 Forever. Yeah. Because you're using elemental shields and all this stuff or whatever. Like you're taking stuff from here and then like, I think with Sonic 1 Forever, like that shoots it up beyond like the vanilla versions of all those. Let me see what else. Unleashed. I already did Unleashed. I'm tripping. Anything else? Sonic Heroes modded, not really. It doesn't really change that much. Frontiers modded goes like up here, like right there. Yeah, because you can change a lot. Like you can make the cyberspace better, levels better, which like thank God they feel like way better. Like once you put those the physics onto like what you have in the open world, it feels like way better to play. That's how I feel about that one. Yeah, and it irons out like a lot of issues. Like if you have issues with like popping and all that stuff, you can handle all that. The island tweaker lets you like see draw distances like way better. And then there's a bunch of mods that you can put in that like, you know, change around the bosses, and like there's even level mods where like if you're like, oh, I'm tired of like the Sonic Generations like look and all that stuff, like there's mods where like they've pretty much like redesigned the levels and make them look like completely different. That puts that about right here. I feel okay with that, putting that in A tier. Rush Adventure, nope. I think that we're done. There is a version of this game that's coming out that somebody's remaking, that is like way better than the original. So that one's fine, but like I'm not gonna move that until like he like does more with that. Everything else, Sonic Blast has a modded version by one of the original creators, but it doesn't really move it that much. Unleash, Lost World, nope, none of these. I think that's it. This might put this above this if you consider Reloaded, because you can play Reloaded's levels. I would put this like here because you can play the expert mode, and you can like, yeah, I'll move this a little bit higher, because when you have expert mode unlocked and you can play like in Reloaded, kind of makes the controls and stuff a little bit better. I put that a little bit higher, but not too much higher because the game still pisses me off. And I think that's it. Yeah, there's nothing else. That's it, pretty much. Yeah. All right, so here it is. This is now my ranking with modded games, you feel me? Of everything that I've ever played and everything that I've ever experienced while they're modded and all this stuff. This is how I feel 100%. And I think this is good. So pretty much anything in like C tier and below, I kind of don't really go back to. Not really. And Rush, I might actually even bump up. I might bump Rush up into like A tier, like low A tier, because I can see myself going back to that and playing that again, because that game is like stupid nuts good. So like everything in like B tier and below, I don't really regularly go to like that. I don't feel compelled to go to them. With the exception of Sonic Heroes, every once in a while I'll be like, I want to play Sonic Heroes really bad, but like I have been having this feeling of like every time I play Sonic Heroes, like some of the levels I'll be like, dude, this is bullshit. I do not want to play this. But I think everything in A tier and up, I'm like, I always like go back to and play all the damn time. And then everything else below, like everything is in B tier and below, I'm like, I'll touch and go and play it. But I won't play as frequently as up here. And then everything here and down, I'm like, nah. C and down, I'm like, I just don't play those. All right, cool. Well, everybody, that is it. I appreciate everybody showing up, man. I think this was a good stream. I had fun here. I'm glad nobody like, you know, I'm glad everybody was like reasonable and people didn't like clown on me, or people didn't like jump down my throat, which there could be future viewers and they could come through and be like, what the hell did you do? And I'm like, hey man, hey, look, this is my list. I don't, you know what I mean? I don't know what to tell you. But I'm glad everybody was civil in here. Like there was disagreements, but like people were still like, yo, I get your thinking on that. And That's the kind of discussion I would like. I like that kind of discussion. We can disagree, but we can be civil about the disagreement. You feel me? We can talk. And I think that's the best type of discussion. I can't stand when people are just like, throw this guy away, throw his opinions away, this and that. You don't know what you're talking about because you didn't put Sonic and the Black Knight all the way in S tier. And I'm like, hey, well, I don't know what to tell you. But anyway, appreciate everybody showing up. This is the end of the stream. Thank you guys for watching. If you want to keep watching Monthly Gamer, like, comment, subscribe. You feel me? Share with everybody. I'm here every day throughout the weekdays, 5 o'clock Central Time. You feel me? And then if you want to support Monthly Gamer, go down in my description. All my payment options are there. You got PayPal, Cash App, Venmo, and then you got Patreon. Patreon is the subscription one where if you want to set $1 in there just to support, go ahead, man. I appreciate that. And then I've got the $5 tier where if you want me to, whatever game you want me to play, I will play that for a stream. If you subscribe to the $5 tier, you feel me? All right, cool. All right. Appreciate you all. Have a fantastic night. Peace out.